Phase diagram construction. Phase diagram is constructed by using cooling curves. Cooling curves are the one which is representing the solidification of the metal. Plot the graph between temperature versus the time. A represents the melting point of a metal. When time passes, the metal loses the heat, the temperature decreases from A to B. When it starts losing its latent heat, that is from B to C, the temperature remains constant and the phase transformation takes place from liquid phase to the solid phase. From C to D, there is a decrease in temperature till it obtains the room temperature. This kind of cooling curve is there for. Let's consider a cooling curve for solid solution. It differs from the cooling curve of a pure metal. Again here you will find there is a decrease in temperature from A to B as the time passes and the metal starts losing its temperature. When it starts losing latent heat, instead of a straight line, we find here an inclined line that is between B to C. C to D represent the cooling of the curve till it reaches to the room temperature. This diagram is a diagram which is plotted between temperature versus the composition. Left side line represents the 100% A, right side line represents 100% B. We have different compositions between A and B, that is 80% of A, 20% of B. Similarly, 60% of A and 40% of B. Similarly, we have other compositions. Let's consider a cooling curve for A, 80% of A and 20% of B. On this cooling curve, I can distinguishedly mark the starting of the solidification process. Even can mark the end of the solidification process. Similarly, consider one more cooling curve for 60% of A and 40% of B. On this cooling curve also I can mark the solidification and end of the solidification. Similarly, I can draw the cooling curve for other compositions and identify the beginning of the solidification process as well as the solidification process. If I draw a line which is passing through all the starting points of the solidification process and end of the solidification process, I am going to obtain the phase diagram. Let's see how it is constructed. Line passes through all starting point of the solidification and end point of the solidification. We have two lines, one we call it as a liquidus line, another we call it as a solidus line. The liquidus line is the one, anything above the liquidus line represents the liquid phase, anything below the solidus line represents the solid phase. In between liquidus and solidus phase, there is a combination of liquid and solid phase. In this way, we can construct a phase diagram for the solid solution. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe my channel.